Honestly,
versus
so do
Fluffy
I.
Dreamland, best team name.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, that's gonna be our first match of the day, so we can actually dig right into it and talk about the two respective rosters. Starting with Fluffy Dreamland, also known as Fluffy Aimers to some out there. It's pretty much the same squad we've seen very recently already in OWCS Stage 3 main event, and quite frankly, they had a decent placement there, 5th, 6th. Like, that's nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, Chime has been really impressive, actually, over the last few weeks. I mean, and even in OWCS as well, like the Tracer play from Chime has been just exceptional. So yeah, excited to see how they do it here. Although they did end up beating Green Fortnite 3-0. So a little bit of a grudge match here. Obviously, they don't want to go down this early, but I mean, Fluffy, Aimers or Dreamland, they just want to run through this quarterfinals and double elimination. At least you get a second chance. So that's cool.
Yeah, and of course, on the other side, we have the squad of Green Fortnite, which participated in OWCS as Timeless Ethereal. There's a lot of name changing happening there, but it's the same squad pretty much. I'm a Bun Stan. How do we feel about this roster, Jake?
Well, they've had to make some changes, right, with some players stepping away from the game for the moment, so it'll be an adaptation for them. And like you said, Jack, you know, last time they had a tough match against Fluffy Dreamland, Fluffy Aimers. We'll have to see if they can change anything up. Maybe these new players inject some new life into the matchup, but I do agree it's going to be a tough fight. Fluffy Dreamland, if anything, I think they even underperformed in the OWCS, where they showed these moments of greatness that, you know, took it to some of the top teams. And so I do think they're a serious contender in this tournament overall. I think it'll be a tough match for Green Fortnite. Going to need to crank those 90s, maybe better than they ever have before.
Well, Fluffy Dreamland has the community votes. What's with the grin, Jake? Nice.
I'm just smiling at my own Fortnite jokes.
You know,
of which there will be many. Of which there will be.
Of course, as there should be, as there should be. We wouldn't have it any other way. No, this has the potential, of course, to be a close series. I'm very excited to see the squad of. I keep on forgetting that they're called Green Fortnite and keep on having to look at my cheat sheet because I keep on wanting to call them Diamond Ethereal. It's just very awful. But yeah, I'm interested to see how the new additions will slot into it all. But for now, let's just get it started. Let's get it on the way with our first match of the day. Guys, take it away.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Yeah, Zoe's had a bit of a long day so far. My word, EU took a long time.
Take a nap, Zoe. Chill out. We got this.
Yeah, just chill for a bit. I think our set start time was like an hour ago or something. It's 3:30.
A couple hours, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, here is the map pool. We're going to go late today, I would imagine. But that does mean you get some more chances on drops, etc. So that's kind of cool too. All the maps have been pre-decided before the series starts. Not OWCS kind of format here, so we're not going to go from map to map to map to map and they decide. It's all been done in the FACEIT on the website, and then it will just load into the lobby, and it's quick and easy as that. So there's the map pool on your screens. Nepal, Paraiso, Runa, Sapi, Suravasa, Shambali. Not too much of a shock, to be honest, Jake. This is pretty much the same map pool we saw in OWCS. And then not having Juno, I don't think too many teams are going to try any crazy maps.
Yeah, you know, I think Green Fortnite, they seem to really like these, you know, Winston dive comps. That seems to be their best style, where Fluffy Dreamland, for me, has looked best when they play, you know, death ball comps, like grouped up. Specific heroes don't matter so much to either team. I think they have the flexibility, but I do think Green Fortnite, their picks suggest, picking maps 2 and 4, of course, suggest that they want to play a more mobile style, put some pressure on the enemy team by dancing around the map, right? Staying out of their reach, where Fluffy Dreamland want to run it down, force the objective, fight together, and they are incredibly effective when they play that way, Jack.
Well, let's load on to Nepal. Shrine is our first map here in NA FACEIT League Playoffs Season 2. Fluffy Dreamland, and yeah, Chime is the person I want to keep my eye on for Fluffy Dreamland. Incredibly impressive Tracer play, and Farah has obviously been a mainstay, and with no Juno as well, I think we're going to see a little bit more Farah than we did in EU a bit earlier on. Green Fortnite, though, they're running out with the Diva versus Astro's Winston.
I like the Winston in this matchup, especially with the Lucio Kiri Diva, but you've got to be careful, especially somebody like Chime could easily get jumped on by Echo and Diva, so you got to be always watchful for the potential aggression. This early spam trade really is important, and it looks like it's going the way of Fluffy Dreamland. Green Fortnite just trying to stay alive from this overwhelming spam pressure that Fluffy Dreamland are putting out.
Yeah, Chime doing a lot of that work, a lot of the heavy lifting there with 25% So they're already, you can see Halo and Scuffed busy, just desperately trying to heal up the rest of their team. Point unlocks, Chime still poking away, looking for a decent direct or a bit of splash damage, so Astro can capitalize on it and jump in on the back. But now trying to peek ahead onto the point. Spots Chime in the skies, actually gets chased by the Diva as well. The poke wall may have gone the way of Fluffy Dreamland, but it's actually a Prota that falls first. That Ana going down, so not a good look for Fluffy Dreamland.
Still though, Sahil out of the suit. That's a massive pick by Bun. Could be turning as Sahil needs time to get back into the mech. But Astro dropping the fight on the point. It's incredibly scrappy. Both teams looking for purchase. Brig getting a ton of value here, but might be too little too late with no hit scan. There's nobody to stop Bun on this Echo. Massive pick by her onto the enemy Ash, right? When you shut down the enemy hit scan as Echo, you know, okay, I've got free reign on the map for quite a while. And although, you know, they did get the D-suit on Diva, Sahil was able to stay alive, get the remake, and now you're sitting on the cap. Chime is going to take the mirror on the Echo, just a little bit more flexible, a little bit less vulnerable to getting dove on by heroes like Diva.
Yeah, I mean, the dive goes crazy as well if you dupe the Diva. A little bit of healing here from Prota, doesn't want to get into sniped again. They want to be able to stick at range, just make sure Haven as well can have a decent time on this Ash. Not exactly a matchup you want to go against, that being the Diva and the Echo if they go for some crazy dive, but I think Green Fortnite are probably going to set out for it. 4 ultimates already, Fluffy Dreamland struggling, lagging behind slightly, only just now getting that rally up. Extend even looking for a pulse bomb. Sharman under a little bit of pressure here, actually dodged out of the way, stick goes out, and a little bit wide too. Rally pop from Grace really early on in this fight, same with this Primal Rage, who's just knocking Halo around. Not sure she's going to be able to survive. There's the juggle, but no, Halo slips out of there, and meanwhile, across the map, Bun and Sawhill just take Fluffy Dreamland to the cleanest.
That was close, but man, Halo with the slippery moves there, dodging away from the Primal Winston. Definitely one of the toughest targets to chase down while riding a Lucio, but Green Fortnite, despite having what seems like a faster paced comp, they played that fight very slowly, very patiently, and it plays to their favor, right? Being able to get those ults off once Fluffy Dreamland dropped from the high ground. A faster approach this time from Fluffy Dreamland though, coming down to this right side with a Bob, but Halo still has that beat available, and here it comes, super aggressive dive from Green Fortnite.
Yeah, Haven actually getting nanoed. Oh, nanoed and boots. What a boot from Halo. Kills 2. Astro Haven down. Looked like a sketchy sound barrier, to be honest.
Halo.
She launched herself up into the skies, but Halo comes up mad clutch for Green Fortnite. A little cheeky cap there for Fluffy Dreamland, but it won't last for long.
It does kind of keep the round in contest though, right? Like just that little cap means you are gonna have at least a chance to retake, and Chime could make magic happen with this copy, but such a difficult fight, no position for Fluffy Dreamland. Very defensive Diva copy. Not a great start, but maybe they can get a bomb off here. Halo drops low as well.
Good defense measure, she's there by Chime, saving Astro's life. Pretty low on the Diva though, only 350 HP of course in that dupe. Astro now pushing on to the point, same with Chime, although that duplication doesn't get much value at all. Pulse bomb comes through. There's a land on the shield, or at least on the floor in front of Grapes there, was easily able to shield that one off for the rest of their team. And with XN dying first, this is all Fluffy Dreamland's fight. Finally, Green Fortnite. Their building's quite, they weren't good enough, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, I do think this is actually a surprisingly winnable round for Fluffy Dreamland, right? Green Fortnite, yes, they have the Kitsune Rush, but Grapes is going to have that rally online very soon. Same with Astro's Primal. And so this is far from an easy recapture for Green Fortnite. They're going to have to fight well and get some of these ultimates out. It's going to be a tough retake, especially with the Tracer Echo. Really, the opportunity for Fluffy Dreamland to get aggressive is much more open than it was with the comp that they rolled out with.
Oh, Haven going down first. Not a good start though. Just some random Cheerios coming through from Halo. A little bit of extra span damage too. Their Tracer's dead. Rush gets ripped. Spun just trying to dodge out of the way of the Primal Rage as Astro hunts for a target, but Halo once again being rather slippery gets out of there. Just put Green Fortnite on the point without having to worry about this Primal Rage and Winston, who's only now just joining the fight again. No Primal here, but they got the rally. Nice little bash onto the Diva and a kill too. That's going to be good once again for Fluffy Dreamland, but they're not gaining any progress right now as once more Fluffy Dreamland find a sneaky, Green Fortnite find a sneaky capture. So they're not gaining as much percentage as they would have liked during that fight.
Yeah, in the end though, you only use Rally Primal, you do still win the fight, and we are pretty much looking at a final fight scenario here for Green Fortnite. They've got a bit of time to work with, but I think a reset, unless it comes very, very quick at the beginning of the fight, is pretty unlikely to work here. So once again, Chime with this copy. We'll see if Sahil can make a difference on the Winston. Could be tough to find the Ana, but if they can, will be a game changer.
Haven almost looked like they ended up forcing the duplication there. 2 Winstons for Green Fortnite now. Nano boost onto Astro 2 across the map as Bun just tries to poke people down with that right click. But here comes OT for Fluffy Dreamland. They still got 2 ults to work with. This duplication, again, not finding too much here. Green Fortnite now used to beat. Now comes the rush down and Prota just instantly killed. No backup, no help as Fluffy Dreamland lose their backline. And with that, I think that might just be all she wrote. Astro dead, Chime in the dupe, where's the pulse from Haven, but it's only a single kill and you're going to need another 4 to make this an even fight as Green Fortnite finish off the pesky Tracer and find this flip, and here come the Staggers as Fluffy Dreamland try to extend the round, but it's looking quite unlikely they're going to be able to do any significant damage, and even Prota at the very end just body blocked by 4 people from Green Fortnite, and that'll be 100-99 to start us off.
Man, what a ridiculous mid-round beat from Halo, though. Booping the Nano Dash off the map, diving
and the
into
Winston.
the beat, yeah, and what was it? The Brig as well, the Ana?
The Winston.
A Winston, a second boop kill. I mean, I wonder if the Winston was just resetting or something, but still a monster initiation from Halo. And I do think for Green Fortnite, you can just feel the hive mind for this team when they have the Lucio and they're beating in. Like, there is no hesitation. The whole team is in with that aggression, and it's overwhelming. It's incredibly hard to stop. So they do look super strong playing around this Lucio style. And now both teams gonna make the swap over to a full mirror without knowing it for this Ramatra rush. It'll be a very, very different matchup. A lot of pressure, I think, on the maze here to find a good opening, find a wall that creates an advantage without overstepping your bounds into the unkillable Ramatra pressing right click.
The unkillable Ram. Oh, I love seeing Ramatra tank the self-destruct. I'm blocking, guys. Push up. Please kill somebody. I'm not doing anything. Saur's in a little bit of trouble. Needs to block up now. There you go. Nemesis form activated. Fluffy Dreamland with a nice little priority position there as Green Fortnite had to pull back slightly.
Yeah, it's a really good opener for them, right? Taking that high ground, but now they're going to push in. I wonder if this is not a little bit too much as they get split in half by this May wall from Bun.
Yeah, really nice wall there, stopping Prota. Getting a lot of healing in, although thankfully Baptiste's got those exo boots to jump high in the sky. Point is unlocked now as Fluffy Dreamland still controlling the space but not controlling the point right now. Once again, Sawhill going extremely low, forced to pop the Nemesis form and just using it more of a defensive stall tactic than an actual aggressive tool to get into that backline. And there comes the point flip eventually there as Fluffy Dreamland claim it. And now they can go on the aggression. Also, okay, Jay's no way to spawn. I mean, why not? Send a message.
Yes, could be good. You should be able to get the May here. You don't want to get a trade. Spawner's coming up though. Oh, the drone has to come in on Baptiste himself, not able to send it on over to Bun. And that's going to be another painful stagger here for Green Fortnite as they regroup and try to make a flip on this point. But Fluffy Dreamland, great aggression there, great patience as well as they get the early positional advantage on mid and then leverage it into a point cap and a fight win.
Sawhill is permanently low too. Every time Sawhill steps up, they just get burnt. Okay, they're going to use the wall for a little bit of space now, just block off one entrance and try and run through the other, but Scuffed is actually alone. Green Fortnite split up completely. That hive mind, just a little neural malfunction. Xten's going extremely low too, and yeah, there's only any matter of time before they end up getting taken out as Green Fortnite get team killed. They got 5 ults though, Jake, but Fluffy Dreamland only needed the Blizzard in that one.
Yeah, it's a great fight win, right? Yes, you use one ult, but you hold on to the point, and the 5 versus 4 ults is one of the weakest spots to have 5 ults, right? It's like, yeah, you could go, but you can't just, you know, rip your ults like crazy. You will still lose. You need to find those early values. At this point, Green Fortnite needs a nice, long, slow fight, and in which they basically drain all the ultimates. But easier said than done.
There's Bob, and there they go. That was fast.
Oh, without X10 though, it's so difficult.
Yeah, Ash down. Where's the damage coming through from Green Fortnite now? Bud's going to throw a Blizzard in. Halo still holding on to that sound barrier. Fluffy Dreamland have backed all the way up though, and now they can just get back in this fight so easily. They got Annihilation, they got Beat, they got Window, they got everything at their disposal to use, and that was a definitive round. Fluffy Dreamland just running away with this one. Green Fortnite couldn't even get a single fight win.
That was just clinical. I mean, every step of the way, from the early mid-fight positioning to snowballing and chasing down those spawners, getting a big stagger. May with the Blizzard hides in the corner, perfect setup on the second fight. And then the last fight, you're just so forced from Green Fortnite, right? You have to run it down once Chime gets the pick up on the May. Definitely an MVP round there for Chime on the May. Just huge, consistent impact throughout the round. Now we'll see what both teams run here on the final round of Nepal, which I think is a very open-ended point. It's interesting to see teams, right? Like Green Fortnite looking like they might just want to go point with this Mace him, maybe hold the choke for a second and then go touch the point. And Fluffy Dreamland have pretty much the opposite idea, which is we're going to split up, we're going to hit you from all sides with Ball and Pharah. For me, this matchup actually can go very much either way. Theoretically, it should be good for Pharah, but one mistake with this Orisa finds a kill on you, things can get awkward. Big slam.
Slam into the back. Force the lap too, and probably the shift from Scuffed as well. Not great. If you are a Green Fortnite, God, Paul is so annoying to deal with. Over the Guangzhou charge away skin too. Mad respect for that. Good color scheme.
Green Fortnite has some position, though.
Get onto the point, though, Jake.
They're going to be in a good spot. They've got some open space, but now you've got to actually contest the point, and that's what Fluffy Dreamland's waiting for. They want to bait a point touch and then look for a dive with as far as she comes in over the top, right onto the Batiste. No drone. Oh, it just wasn't there in time.
Scuffed down, and yeah, this comp from Green Fortnite. They want to stick together, they want to chill, they want to vibe on the point, but yeah, it's as soon as your BAP goes down, it's really just over. No chance. Well, I guess for Green Fortnite, not the worst. Fluffy Dreamland didn't have control of the point that entire fight, I suppose, but here comes the cap.
Still, I think it is pretty painful. The Diva swap has to come in. You need like a better answer to this Pharah. They're going to include a Pharah of their own, so now essentially a mirror with the Diva. Should be good for Diva, but I feel Ball always has something to say, even in a tough matchup, right? There's just that X factor. You can mess up your rotations, you can punish you in unexpected ways, and the minefield is, always hard to play against. So as good as Diva is this patch, I think there's room for Ball in a matchup like this.
I mean, it's got the mines too. Getting poked out for the time being as Haven earns the first ult of the round in that pulse bomb. X10 not too far behind. See if Haven finds a avenue to get in there, but no, Haven just disintegrated by Halo. Oh my god, that was quick. A little D-suit though onto Sawhill might be good for Fluffy Dreamland to come back into this one, but with Graves dead, it's going to be a tough fight. X10 going pretty low here, and there goes the ball. Easy kill for Bun as they jump over to the Pharah and insta-kill.
Yeah, Sawhill got a crucial few connections on the pistol there. It should get this mech back passively before the fight even really begins. Really important, right? This could have been a tough spot, but I think getting the mech back should be just early enough. Astra has the minefield, though. That's going to be potentially difficult to retake into.
Yeah, even the rush, too. Might even need to use the mines. Slams into the backline once again. Bun taken to the skies, and here comes the return rush. The mines deployed, not on the point this time around, just on the enemy rush. I mean, perfect. Now they can't really use it all too well. Sound barrier comes in from Halo, same with Fluffy Dreamland, extending the fight even further, but Bun is the first to fall for Green Fortnite, and even the flip comes through as well, mid-fight. So Fluffy Dreamland in a very good spot, despite the kill coming through onto Grapes. A 4v4 with Bun coming back in just a moment. Green Fortnite gonna have to hold on, but here comes the barrage from Chime, up and over the roofs, and an insta-kill onto Scuffed, or they could even use that Suzu, and it's all slipping away through Green Fortnite's fingers now.
They are going to try to fight this out with Pharah back, dropping the self-destruct on the point. Surely the cap flip comes through. Green Fortnite, no way. And Sahil getting back in the suit, surviving that moment of vulnerability. We'll see if they can win this. I mean, one barrage kill could be enough.
Yeah, they're focusing on Astra right now, but there's the flip again. Little bit of a to me to you action, Chuggle Brothers moment. Barrage available from Bun, just waiting potentially, making sure Chime can't just like double donk them in midair. Stick ends up coming in, X10 kills Haven. Okay, good start for Green Fortnite, one down at least.
And Bun looking for some value here, but scared of getting punished by this enemy far, trying to be aware. Now the barrage can, and it's so different, protected by the Diva Matrix, right? So much more survivability in the barrage. Enemy Pharah really can't retaliate against you at all when you've got that Diva by your side. And this is where I'm getting a little surprised that Astra hasn't swapped off the ball. I didn't mind staying for that minefield, but now keeping the ball seems questionable, right? Where Diva's having a bit of a field day here, right? Getting those point flips, the self-destruct, and just generally making it much more difficult for Chime to get in and commit to the fights, knowing that Diva is such a powerful threat you've got to be aware of.
Yeah, even getting a slam as well on the backline is pretty ineffective when the backline just gets Matrix, so the ball can't do any additional damage. 85% of building here for Green Fortnite. Looking like they want to take the map here. It's taking a long time for Fluffy Dreamland to actually set up with something as well.
Sawhill is 1 HP. I have no idea where she is in the spawn, looks like, but really struggling to get back onto the armor. This is an incredibly weird place to be fighting Fluffy Dreamland on the enemy side of the map with the point not flipped.
Oh, Bun's
they
dead.
did find Bun.
Yeah, nice little kunais there onto Chime, retreats back to the rest of the team. Using those thrusters to reposition. X10 dead. It's a 4v3 now as the D-Suit comes in. Sawhill, yeah, I guess was in the spawn, Jake. They do end up getting in, but no, the sound barrier doesn't come in time, and Chime ends up going down to Sawhill's remake of all things. Okay, Fluffy Dreamland get the point again. As Green Fortnite managed to clutch it out at the very last moment there to get 99%, but they're going to have to now deal with this ball and the mines on the point, stalling for eternity.
It's okay, but you gotta win the fight, right? And Green Fortnite, I feel they are regrouping well. Chime has this barrage, though. He has to sneak this in somehow past the D.Va, find some sort of kills, and here it comes.
Oh, instantly killing Scuffed. Again, no chance to use that Suzu. What a perfect pick. They end up trading, but a sound barrier comes in from Green Fortnite. They're gonna win this fight right now before this green health just disappears. And disappears, it's already done. A little pulse bomb on the back of the D.Va. I mean, that just might be it. Sawhill, no chance in this fight anymore. Not in the Pilot D.Va form. Khan is going to have to serve some incredible heroics to come back as at 99% now for Fluffy Dreamland. And no ults to work with as Green Fortnite end up going down as Fluffy Dreamland, although it was close, ended up coming back. That's not us. That's us, though. Hello, we're back.
We should just put match and mid up and then do like the little puppet animation where your underside of your mouth goes up and down. We'll be VTubers as Mitch and Matt for this cast.
That would be insane.
That would go wild.
VTuber casting.
That would be serious content.
A pretty close series so far. Like Control, and compared to their game previously, it was a pretty one-sided affair in the group stage between these two teams. But Green Fortnite, yeah, they could have very narrowly had that game if it was just trying to get that barrage out of the enemy team. Like, that's really what sealed the deal. Hitting big barrages like that, especially on Kiriko's, like you just got no hope after that pick comes through.
Yeah, I thought the B would be enough, but they couldn't secure any kills. This first round was pretty massive though for Green Fortnite. And I mean, after this round, right, both teams were like, no, we're just playing Lucio, right? The on a brig, in theory, good, but sometimes in practice, very difficult to execute, especially against a team like Green Fortnite. I do think that was about as close of a call as it gets, though, right? In terms of the evenly matched teams, points going back and forth, and Astro making it work onto the ball into the Pharah. So, able to play an unconventional style. We've seen the Wrecking Ball become just a little bit more popular in recent days. It's like, I think there's just a few teams have realized if you have a solid ball player who's very comfortable in the hero, I wouldn't say you can always make it work, but there's spots, there's places, there's if you know the ways, you got to be a master Wrecking Ball user, but yeah. If you are,
I mean, to be fair as well, like ball on Control is exceptionally valuable for like getting back into the fights fast too. Like that timing in which the ball, slingshots out of spawn straight over the roof and then back in the fight in a matter of seconds compared to almost any other tank, it can also be extremely valuable. Is the map set for you? Of course, it was predetermined. Both teams deciding the maps before the series started. And this is the pick of Green Fortnite now as we go to Paraíso.
To me, this says loud and proud, we want to play Winston, but maybe the meta has shifted on Paraíso. I think this is like the definitive on a brig Winston map in the game right now, at least from my perspective.
Right now without Juno, yes. Otherwise it would be a Juno brig angle.
Probably be a brig Juno or on a Juno angle. We'll see, of course, as that hero eventually gets added to the North American competition and FACEIT. But for now, I'm leaning towards the on a brig Winston, but I don't know. I mean, Green Fortnite, they seem to want to play Lucio all series. We'll see.
All right.
And the music is phenomenal.
I'm going to be honest. I'm a bit sad. I wanted to see some Juno. I wanted to cast some Juno.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had the completely wrong read of the hero too. Like, I didn't think the hero is that strong at all. But after seeing like the speed ring D.Va nuclear bomb, which is just whoom straight into the back line, insta-killing people before they can do anything, I'm a believer. And a big stat stick as well.
From Circuit Royale and runs.
Yeah, exactly. It's just insane.
That should be an ability.
Insanely fast.
Like a character, you become the Oasis cars. You just drive around.
All right, as we open this round up, let's get a quick Fluffy Dreamland listening.
And I'm going for trick shot and I'm hitting it.
Monkey. I don't know if
I didn't even hit the monkey, bro.
Tell me when you're ready. See Ash. Oh,
Fire. Back up.
I'm gonna go slam their monkey.
They're not top
right.
close, by the way.
Yes,
They're
I know
really
where
low.
I'm at.
They might be above us.
3, 2, 1, going monkey.
No burn, no burn. Walking right, walking right, walking right.
Monkey's jump, just chill, just chill.
We
Can't
can
push, can't push.
Fat burn.
Not ready to push,
again.
not ready to push. They're pushing, they're pushing.
Oh, I'm going.
Monkey ulted,
Monkey
monkey
ulted,
ulted,
monkey ulted, monkey ulted, monkey ulted,
Monkey. Okay.
Halo zombie walked.
Ash bridge.
I can go again in 3. Oh my god, how did we just kill everyone?
Okay. That might be big icy. That might
I
be
told
big
you,
icy.
Hey guys, see.
That might not be Vinny. That boy just jumped in and I booped him towards us.
Yeah, they're playing for retouch. They have Tracer. There.
They're on
Echo.
They're not. I don't think they are actually. They're not. Yeah.
How do we just kill everybody? I don't know. You just shot him, I guess, a few times, and everybody did just really fall over there. Like Green Fortnite didn't have much of a defense.
Yeah, Halo peeked right into those Echo Stickies, and Dynamite plus Echo Stickies is not a fun combo for Brig. Green Fortnite can up the pace though, bringing out the Echo Tracer of their own, so wanting to bring some fast dives. At the same time, they're going to be under a lot of pressure, right? You got to move quick against Haven's Ash, or he's just going to find picks, pressure you down. So if you don't find this early aggression, I feel this Tracer pick could come back to bite you with Ash free on the server potentially, but here the dive comes in. Not quite enough yet.
No, Bob available for Haven as well. There's the kill once again, Chime. Wow. I told you, Chime's the one to look out for on this team. Halo has no business in this fight whatsoever, although trades with Astro. Not the worst, although the spawn is so close anyway. And this payload moving at this speed as well, Jake, you get high ground control here if you're Fluffy Dreamland. This is the pain point of this map too, actually winning that fight there.
Yeah, I mean, I think now that you put Haven in a strong position to snowball forward, a lot of pressure to shut this position down. You can see Tracer and Winston are moving towards the Ash, but she's aware, and with Bob, it's so much more difficult to actually hunt her down. Bob could really be overwhelming in this team fight, and a nade onto the Ana as well. Scuff has to be so scared.
So they missed one, I think maybe one shot there on the Ana. Oh dear. This is
Only pain.
This is all falling apart, Jake. Green Fortnite, they've run out of Chug Jug. There you go.
That was a tragic moment. The storm was closing in. And where were you? You were out building a little 1x1 for yourself and not able to.
Jake has been writing these for the last 2 days, knowing that we were going to cast Green Fortnite.
They're all on
so
little sticky notes around my
exactly
monitor.
around his monitor right now. He's tearing them off as he uses each one.
No, I'm
5 minutes pushing into third. This is an insane time bank, and they have high ground control too. Like Green Fortnite have to now retake control of high ground to find some sort of angle in which X10 and Bun can work on.
I feel like Haven is just playing with so much confidence as well. Astro not scared to just start the fight, throw some chaos into the enemy
Chime
backline.
again.
And Chime wins the duel against Bun here. These primal trades are just, Astro's fine. He doesn't actually need to accomplish anything material because just wasting time, making space, Haven is going to get more done on the Ash than X10 can on the Tracer, right? I think it's Green Fortnite who are feeling the pressure to force things, and look at this, a very forced Nano Winston dive. It does create the space, though, to shut down the enemy Winston, and should be good enough to get a reset, but Fluffy Dreamland look like everyone else is going to get out and keep a lot of stability here on the map.
Yeah, really nice disengage there from Fluffy Dreamland. 4 minutes to go. Only 1 minute burn, but now here comes the big ultimate dive from Fluffy Dreamland. Nano, Rally, and the copy.
Yeah, we'll see if it's enough, but I would think it's beyond the ultimates here, right? It's just able to walk up and great dive on Ana. Dead on my screen, she's naded. Somebody do 1 damage.
Scuffed on her. 1 damage. 1 damage. Okay, there it is. That was about 50. We'll take it. Chime, Grape Center coming up. Big kills as Chimes. Nano's in the front line. Or, sorry, not Nano. Could use the Nano in the front line still. And Bun using the dupe. I mean, this Primal Rage is going to have to be something spectacular, but that copy wearing away as with only 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Fluffy Dreamland are probably pretty happy with themselves. And Nano boost onto Astro to force them all back into spawn, and now I think Sawhill and X10 are alone, but X10 at least comes up with 1 kill. Nano doing a good job of zoning, but that's a good fight for Green Fortnite. Looks like it's going to be a back off from Fluffy Dreamland as, yeah, there we go. The numbers are finally dwindling.
Man, huge game-saving fight here from X10. I mean, I think if you get the cap right now as Fluffy Dreamland, not only are you in a phenomenal position to win the map, but just mental damage done. This is a fight that Green Fortnite can feel good about. They kite the Nano really well. The counter dive is punishing. X10 gets a big connection with the pulse, finds more kills off the back of it. Something you can work with now is you've got a Nano going into the next team fight. You've got to find a way to punish Fluffy Dreamland for their greed and not running a Tracer. You really got to get in there and mix it up with the enemy backline.
Nano boost. Nice nade too on top of Grapes. Should be able to get out of there, but that's not the trade that they want to see. Once again, Chime takes out Bun. My word, you'd think there was like a hit on Bun's head. Chime, the amount of time Chime has killed Bun in the 1v1, it's ridiculous. Fluffy Dreamland still running in with ultimates. I mean, Sawhill trying to be a bit dicey in the front line, but a good bio nade onto Grapes keeps the Brig alive. Bob's going to come in, quickly slept on the point, but it's only Sawhill contesting right now, and Chime comes up with another. X10 down as the Bob just goes for the cap. Halo even able to get to the point with the rally. 2 minutes from Paraiso on last. That is a time bank you've got to be proud of.
Yeah, that's a great offense, really punishing, and I feel Fluffy Dreamland really understood the matchup they put themselves in here, right? Knowing that they're running the Ashe, Chime is like permanently looking for this enemy Echo, and Bun doesn't want the Echo duel, right? I think she wants to get past the enemy Echo, find her way into the enemy backline, and help get those kills on those squishy heroes and Haven's hit scan. But Chime is just always there, always punishing her and keeping that air control space. And so the no Tracer comp pays off really well here for Fluffy Dreamland. They execute it phenomenally and put themselves in a fantastic position to win the map, because honestly, on defense, even easier to play these slow comps, right? Like even easier to cut the Tracer with your supports having good position. Maybe they don't need so much help on the flank, keeping the map control.
Yeah, and Haven's gonna have a bit of an easier time too on the defense on the Ashe. See if Green Fortnite can kind of replicate that, because yeah, that first defense, you can't even really call it a defense. I mean, Chime said it in comms too. It's like we just killed everybody. Like,
yeah, Fluffy Dreamer was expecting to like, all right, we're gonna poke, we're gonna get some skills out.
Right.
Oh, you pushing into us? Oh, we killed you all. So, well, there it goes. And on the flip side, Green Fortnite, I mean, this comp on offense is really difficult to make work. I mean, with the defenders sitting on high ground, it's going to be really hard for Tracer to actually connect into the enemy backline before picks come through from this Ashe.
See if they want to change. Yum. Don't get a headshot at Chime. 4 minutes. X10 jumping on to Tracer. Yeah, like you mentioned, Jake, she's going to have a little bit of a rough time.
Whoa.
Okay.
History does repeat itself.
History is repeating itself. No one can defend first. No one can defend first. Well, okay, sure.
This is like one of the best first defense maps in the whole game, and both teams
rolled over.
Tossed it. Goodness.
All right, okay.
gracious.
Maybe they just want to make it even, make it a little bit more fair.
Yeah.
Well, okay, no one likes fighting first. We'll just give it up. It's cool. It's cool, guys.
It's very thoughtful.
Yeah, should have done one. Should have done a small listening there. Let's see if they had the same reaction as we did. All right, Haven, see what you got on the second point. We'll see if it was if history does repeat itself and you get rolled over on second as well. That's how good this dive is from Green Fortnite.
It's all about the cart pressure now, right? Now that you got the cart moving, less pressure to actually find kills as long as it's just, you know, trucking on forward. And right now, Halo feeling pretty confident, able to just stand on the car, keep it moving. And yes, you can do some damage on Haven, but massive nade by Scuffed onto Grapes. The sleep though keeps him alive.
Double headshot, and there's the nade onto Sawhill. Nice taken care of there by Astro. Oh, yeah, don't want to mess with the Tracer. And now they can resume control of this high ground.
That was great from X10, right? Finding the kill elsewhere on the map with supports busy. Good boot from Grapes, though, is going to really mitigate this dive, although Ana potentially caught in if any follow-up.
Nope.
No follow-up.
Another nice little sleep, and I think Grapes there just bashed over onto that high ground, easy as you like. Speaking of which, there she goes. Although Proto, once again, in trouble. Another beautiful nade. Grapes and Chime get antied. Pulse bomb from X10's good for one. Sawhill, though, staying a little bit too long in the front line as Chime is just taking over this game on the Echo. Unbelievable scenes right now.
Yeah, those scrappy trade fights are really good for Fluffy Dreamland with the closer spawns. And now they have pretty much 5 ultimates online. So Green Fortnite not really getting the connections they needed out of the pulse bomb or the copy or the nano. And now they find themselves in a really difficult position, trying to retake into many, many ultimates. Fluffy Dreamland, the only thing they have to worry about here is just, you know, using the ults one by one, not over forcing anything. But Primal comes in, decent connection.
Another nice connection there by Proto. Unfortunately, taken out by Scuffed. Riley comes in really late from Halo. And with an anti on top of her, it's an easy kill for Astro. Double kill for the Winston. Both Winstons trading their backlines right now. And it's good for Fluffy Dreamland still, Jake, as these spawns are going to come through really fast. And with your Brig alive as well on the point, Astro is not going to go down. And if they really needed it, they could pop Rally, they could pop Primal. They've got so much in the bank. 3 minutes and 30 seconds, though, to defend as the payload is close to this second point.
Yeah, I thought that fight was starting well for Green Fortnite with the dive, getting some kills, but the fact that the trades come both ways makes it look really smart for Fluffy Dreamland that they didn't invest ults earlier in the fight. Now they're super happy to be sitting here and running the clock out with a tracer of their own.
Chime losing track of the break there by the looks of it.
What a
Still
chase.
takes down X10. Yeah, Chime really the superstar in this lobby so far. Nice little kill onto Scuffed as they were trying to get out of there as Green Fortnite forced to reset, and Fluffy Dreamland, Jake, they didn't use, well, they didn't use an ult because Chime ended up swapping over. Fluffy Dreamland still have 3 ults for this next engagement. Their ultimate economy game is just looking so strong.
Yeah, they're just not using the rally, right? They're staying alive. Chime, yeah, did get a little too greedy going into the enemy spawn with no recall, but they'll be back. Extend pulls onto Grapes, and he dies with rally. That's a massive swing.
All right, still Nano boost available though for Fluffy Dreamland. We'll see if that can be the difference maker. Nano versus Nano, and then Primal Rage available from Bun in a couple of moments as the duplication comes through onto the Winston. And now it's all falling apart at the hands of X10. That initial pulse bomb kill on the rallying Brig was maybe all that they really needed. Here's the duplication Primal Rage. We'll see what chaos can be caused here. Looks like a nice little boop onto Haven up onto that high ground of a Bun and able to secure that kill. In fact, Soil once again overstaying their welcome. And Nano onto the Brig to potentially keep them alive as they are able to recontest as the Tracer on the side of Fluffy Dreamland also ends up coming up big. Halo with a Nano Brig on the point, a mean thing to deal with normally, but it looks like Chime and Astro just served Halo up for dinner as they were able to dance around the swings. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go, Jake, and the payload's only moved a couple of meters.
Yeah, pretty huge clutch. And the end of this second point is just so difficult to break, especially against somebody like Haven, which finally now has the open space to see the threats coming on hit scan be much more difficult to connect to on the backline, and they're consistently delivering value. Primal and Rally, though, could be enough for Green Fortnite to really get on top of this enemy backline, but you've always got to be worried about Chime and Astro, who have been just making magic with dives of their own.
Good initial boop there onto Saw Hill. It's doing quite the task to actually get on top of this backline. This Roach has been hitting hella sleeps as well. But it was enough to kind of hold the door there as Bun takes care of the rest. And there's the kill onto Grapes. Another good sleep onto the Winston. Roach's sleep accuracy looking clean right now. But Green Fortnite, they get it done. Second point is theirs. 2.5 minutes in their time bank is definitely going to be the lesser of the two if they're able to complete.
Yeah, it's a great rotation around the zone there from Green Fortnite as they, send in the Winston. He knows, okay, Ana Briga back through the choke. I'm not getting those kills. And he turns on the enemy Winston, the enemy divers who do in fact die, getting separated away from their support. So, great awareness of position, using the structures that, of course, they built themselves with materials gathered.
All right, with Bun dead, I'm not sure Green Fortnite want any of this. They're just going to back up a little bit here. Just wait. A little bit of cart contest as well, but Astro's there just to jostle on the point for the time being. Haven even a cheeky angle. Doesn't want to push too far up.
He could get naded at any time here. The peek comes in, just backed out before he saw that Ana. But the nade onto both backrunners, both supports connected by Scuffed, who's been having a phenomenal series on this Ana. Does get traded by Astro.
Yeah, X10 with a pulse bomb, a little recall there available, but they don't end up using it either. Nice little nano onto Halo to keep her alive, but what more can they really do? Bun's Primal Rage eventually ends up wearing off. That duplication too was enough for a couple of kills, and here's the big swing from Green Fortnite. Only 1 minute and 15 seconds to go, Jake, and they need to push this payload in. Fluffy Dreamland, their time bank, they're looking like they might get a free round.
They're in such a good spot, honestly. Fluffy Dreamland really wise to not commit to that fight with ultimates. Just as they have the rest of the map, right, they're fine to give up some fights as long as they're ready to take the engagements near the end of the checkpoint. With Rally as well. Yeah,
back-to-back fights, taking down the Echo in the skies, and with only 50 seconds to go, and Saw Hill popping the Primal. I mean, Green Fortnite, they're going to have to defend 33% in just a moment, Jake. As Fluffy Dreamland slowly but surely using their ultimates, not ever overextending. Speaking of which, Astro's just going to jump to the backline. Halo and Scuff dead, and I think this is Green Fortnite's dreams getting washed away here. As with only 30 seconds and very limited ultimates, well, 0 is a good form of limited.
Oh, the spawn hold, they're going to do it. The
they're also
ISO spawn hold. I don't know if I've seen
They
this
know where
one.
Chime is.
I'm not sure about this play, but
I am 100% sure about this play when you got an
it's working.
And they got the ball. Haven kills 2. And I think that's just about over. There's absolutely no way you're getting back into this one. X10 on the Tracer with one little recall left. And the rest is history. A nice stick too from Chime, just adding insult to injury on Paraíso as Fluffy Dreamland with an unbelievable map and I'm taking it away from Green Fortnite.
I'm not gonna lie, Chime is styling on the server right now, whether it's the Echo, the Tracer, looking monstrous. The biggest threat, I think, to these teams is maybe their own hubris, overextending at times as well. But Fluffy Dreamland, I think, showing great tactical awareness there, right? Which is the ultimates, right? With consistent leads in the ultimate economy. And they don't throw them away either, right? They don't just get a big ultimate bank and then use everything to win a fight 100% for sure. They're willing to even lose fights with ultimate advantage, provided they have a retake, right? Provided they're going to come back in and defend the objective in a better position. That's when they're going to deploy the ultimate. So there really is a high level awareness of the game coming out from Fluffy Dreamland as they go up 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, that understanding there, I think, can not be understated. Just like you mentioned, just losing that fight, it's fine. We've got 3 and they have 1 minute and 10 seconds or something, was it? And, well, that's fine for us because we can just pop ults here one by one and then just slowly but surely choke out Green Fortnite. Nice shot from Haven there. I mean, both teams, A, didn't exist. The capture point didn't exist, and that's fine. That's fine. Not everybody loves fighting on that point. I especially don't.
I hate defending this point. You can have it.
Yeah, exactly. No one wants that. Just get it out of here. Paraíso, and such a tough map to hold too. I mean, it was a back-to-back point cap, realistically, from Fluffy Dreamland, because point B was just a quick, clean team wipe, and then they got the cap again. They had 5 minutes going into third. It was a good defense initially, but like you mentioned, I think Chime, once again, just comes up big on Tracer and on the Echo too. The amount of first picks Chime had on Bun was ridiculous in the Echo 1v1.
Yeah, I think it's a tough matchup when they're playing around an Ashe. I think it's just, you can have a very defensive mindset for the rest of the team. Like, Ashe just shooting at the enemy team is going to put so much pressure on them. It's going to force plays out of the enemy team. As this on a break, you're just looking for that dive to come in. It'll come, right? You don't need to be necessarily forcing plays of your own. And for Green Fortnite, at times they're popping 2-3 ultimates all at once, which is something we almost never saw out of Green Fortnite, or rather, we almost never saw out of Fluffy Dreamland. They're very careful using the ultimates one by one, or even giving up fights, that didn't start exactly the way they wanted. They're willing to, okay, let's fight around our own strengths, and I think they have a clearer vision of like what their goal is as a team, how they're going to play to win these maps.
Well, history is certainly repeating itself here. It was a 3-0 in the group stage for Fluffy Dreamland, and we might go the map 5, but it's looking like a map number 3. Runa Sapi up next after this break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Oh, it's a big flash of us there. Whoa, we're back in. Green Fortnite, Fluffy Dreamland, Runa Sapi up next, and no Juno. Unbelievable. Not seen Juno today. NA, what's going on? We saw it in EU. Seeing a little bit in OWCS Korea as well. Everybody's loving the Juno right now. Incredibly strong, but, we'll have one more final week before we see Juno Brig Permanent Medic in the back line. Next map, Jake, is Runa Sapi. Same way as Paraíso, do you think? How's it looking for Green Fortnite?
Well, what I'm worried about is that it seems, for me, that Green Fortnite have so far strayed away from the hit scan duels, right? They've played it where absolutely necessary, but clearly that's not their preference, at least not in this meta, not in this matchup. And Haven has been just locking it down playing hit scan. So maybe Green Fortnite can make some kind of somber Tracer, like ultra high pace style work. But for me, Runa Sapi is a map where Ashe can just get a lot done. A lot of wide open sight lines, shooting galleries for Ashe, a lot of great positions for Bob to kind of hold down a spot and clear the enemies away. So I think Haven could have a big game here. And with how strong Chime has been, there's just so many threats to worry about on Fluffy Dreamland.
It's been tough. It really has. We'll see if Bun can once again kind of get the grip on this fight, because it felt very even to start the series off on Nepal. Very close, went 2-1, a lot of 99, 100%, and we'll see if Fluffy Dreamland should just continue this spree. Arista's been a bit of an interesting pick. We saw a little bit in EU earlier on. I'm curious how this small change to energy javelin really is going to affect much. I didn't think it would be crazy, but if Ashe is going to roll out on this with the May as well, this is a completely different Fluffy Dreamland look than we saw in the previous couple of maps. And Soyo's running Queen too. Looks like Fluffy Dreamland done their homework.
Yeah, interesting to see the Queen here. I think the Orisa matchup is pretty good against Queen if you can spear the axe and cancel some of that heal that Queen would get. Play a poke fight. However, I think there's also the opportunity for Queen to, you know, be skinny and tricky and dance through these fights, get on top of
Skinny
that.
and tricky. I know exactly what you mean because the hitbox, but it just sounds funny the way you said it. Skinny and
No, Haven again opens it up. So threatening on this Ashe, and look at, I mean, he's standing still. He's just chilling here on the Ashe, letting you come to them. And with the cart rolling, Green Fortnite needs to die or get out. You know, this is kind of do or die with the cart already rolling. You got to make something happen. But man, Haven, you just can't beat this guy.
A double heady on X10. That's how you put him in the grave. All right.
There's Lucio behind you.
Yeah, I mean,
He's looking for the net.
Oh. Okay. Everybody chill. We're good. Haven, stop. Halo! Oh, that was close. Halo, that would have been a disastrous kill for Halo there. All right, they've almost got checkpoint, Jake. And in fact, I think they're going to get it. Oh.
Bun's going to swap over to the Pharah. That's a nice pickoff on Proto, maybe a little bit too far away from the main team fight. It does mean, though, the distraction is going to get the capture point for Fluffy Dreamland. So as long as they can get a reset here, they should be feeling pretty good about the position. But can you reset? Maybe. Fluffy Dreamland, yeah, both
Good
DPS
kill.
Dropping low. Haven as well, maybe just slipped away. But for Green Fortnite, I mean, this is finally some purchase into the map, an opportunity to make some progress on the enemy side.
Okay. Let's get back into this one.
Drone force very
there.
defensive. Yeah, not a very impactful drone, just keeping people alive.
Bob available from Haven too. Bit of a cheeky spot. Looks like they want to try something here, but it looks like Bob is going to join the fray before Bun and the rest of the team can just kind of throw a few bits of damage through rockets in that small corridor. The issue is Halo is now dead. Haven trying for a miracle play there on the back line, but finally X10 gives them their just desserts. Bot is reset in the middle here as looks like Soul Hill's calling for a pause as we see Fluffy Dreamland winning this fight. There it is, there's the pause.
That fight looked so good for Green Fortnite. I wonder if somebody disconnected or something in the middle of the team fight to make that losable. Losing their supports early in the engagement, and that's going to be painful, right? And maybe you could have made a little bit more progress there, but still, I think a very contentious map on Runasapi, right? Getting the first checkpoint on some of these push maps, I think getting the first checkpoint, it feels so big or so difficult to do. But Runasapi is a map where often we see both teams making significant progress towards the enemy team. Ooh. I also think can be strong on this map, although you've got to get past Baptiste and Ashe, which is, not so easy to do in practice.
I mean, Haven's just been on fire as well, right? I mean, that is the big deciding factor right now. I mean, Chime had a fantastic series before, a couple of maps before, and now it's all up to Haven, because you can just sit all the way in the back line next to your Orisa, just standing still and shooting. It's nice to see a little bit of compositional swap there from Green Fortnite too, jumping over to the Orisa of their own, which is, I'm surprised we're seeing a little bit of Orisa here. I still think a lot of teams opting for D.Va, kind of a dive, and then even running the Ram sometimes too, which we've seen a lot in EU. So we jump back into the game.
I am happy to see, though, X10 taking that hit scan duel. I don't think you can shy away from it in a matchup like this, especially on a map like Runasapi with these wide open angles. You've got to just take that hit scan mirror and be willing to take Haven on his strengths, right? I think if you start playing scared and think, we have to dive, we have to kill the hit scan, you just end up making very forced plays. So I think X10, pressure on them, see if they can get it done. It's fun with the barrage in the small room. Yeah, that's a dangerous fight to take for Chime. Very kind of a wild flank rotation from
Insane flank.
He sustains them.
Good soundbar. Yeah, Approach is able to survive those rockets coming in and even secure the kill. Having the checkpoint here is massive and winning this fight too, so you're getting it past the checkpoint and then some. Still falling apart for Green Fortnite right now. They've got sound barrier for this next fight, but they're gonna have to deal with this blizzard. Orisa's not exactly one that's gonna be like caught in that, although it's pretty easy to escape. You've got a lot of tools to get you away from it.
It's pretty hard for Chime to find a blizzard here, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's so many escapes. Orisa can escape, so it can both support save each other. It's only X10, I guess, you could easily blizzard, but even Ashe has movement.
Look at where Chime's position right now.
Chime
on the side ground.
Whoa, this is, I didn't know about, I'm about to use this in my next ranked game. Thank you, Chime. Taking this one for myself.
Oh, just
too much hiding. Yeah, you gotta shoot your gun. X10 gets the kill.
There's the blizzard. X10 in trouble. No, gets away. Scuff still ends up going down though, as somehow Halo's not frozen. I think maybe the snowball was outside the little door frame there. Looks like Sawhill needs a little bit of help, but unfortunately not to be found as Haven lands a nice headshot onto Halo and onto X10. My word.
Pain.
Looks like they need
only pain.
And a little pause coming.
The P is for pain, guys. The P is for pain and suffering.
Welcome back. Runa Sapi up next. Did we solve the issue? Not sure. Hopefully the Ethernet cable worked though. Don't use Wi-Fi. Use Ethernet cable. Gaming on Wi-Fi, think of the past. No longer do we do that. Or maybe some of you do. Depends how strong the internet connection is, I suppose, and the Wi-Fi connection, but there you go. Chime says, here and ready to play. Okay, sounds good to me. Fluffy Dreamland with a 100-meter lead now, Jake.
Yeah, we have seen teams make comebacks on this map, so I'm not ready to call it just yet with a lot of time here on the clock, but a lot of pressure, I think, on X10 to deliver on the level that Haven has so far on the map. I think winning a duel here would be, you know, just what Green Fortnite need, really, to put some wind back in their sails and get confidence as they try to make this reverse sweep happen. And I think that's a big opener from X10, actually. His headshot was probably the only thing that could deal that damage.
Zoil dealing with the Bob now, just trying to stay alive. Fluffy Dreamland want to extend this fight for as long as possible. Hope for the reinforcement from Brota to come back. But this is a really good stall here. Oh, Grapes going down. That blows. Yeah, and even more so as well with Chime blocking straight in front of Sawhill. Eventually, the May Thors. There it is. That would have been a really good stall there from Fluffy Dreamland because the boys aren't going to get too much progress, but with Chime dead that late, they're going to get a lot more than they bargained for.
And this is where I'm starting to question the May. I mean, I think May, for me, is pretty much just a sniper in this comp, which can be enough, right? We've seen what Maze can do with the icicles at this level. But an early Bob from X10 on the flank, positioned great into the back line. Very hard to deal with as Astro turns around, tanks the entire Bob, should go down here.
There's no way. Tanking infinite damage. Everybody was looking at Astro, and the Bob included. Uh-oh.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, there's checkpoint for Green Fortnite. Comeback is real.
I'm telling you guys.
Once again, those stacking ults. They got the blizzards, they got the beat soon, and they got the window.
Yeah, they do have a few solid ultimates to make the retake, but the blizzard's so hard to connect with. Lucio Curie are just notoriously impossible to catch.
This is a
Even if
cheeky
you do
position,
catch
Jake.
someone, they could save themselves. I don't love the idea of getting super aggro here, but we'll see. Maybe Green Fortnite can make something happen. Seems like they're just posturing, trying to force some skills out before the fight really gets going.
They got Rush.
Holding on to all their skills wisely here. But X10 goes down early.
X10 first to fall there for Green Fortnite. Nice position. Maybe if they use the rush into that backline, would still have to be wary of the blizzard, but it was good for a little bit of progress. But losing someone that quick is not good. Fluffy Dreamland kind of out-rotating Green Fortnite as well at the moment.
I think Green Fortnite just losing one, they just don't want to die and just like keep the fight, keep the map control. So I think it's actually a good decision from them rather than force a desperate 4v5. You know, you give up a bit of progress, return to your side, but at least you keep everyone else alive and you have good ultimates to work with here.
Chime looking for an opening for this blizzard. Like you mentioned, tough to get off. Well, here he comes. Barrage on top as well. A lot of ultimates just used in combination. The freeze does come through onto both supports. Scuffed, Halo in trouble. Beautiful stuff from Chime there. Even with that sound barrier, Halo and Scuffed unable to survive. Chime lands a nice little shot for Bun too. It's a scrappy one. But it is going to be 3 members of Fluffy Dreamland surviving. And a team kill comes through and the bot gets a move in once again. And they get the checkpoint, which means forward spawned unlocked.
Yeah, Halo and Scuff, you know, maybe a little bit of lack of awareness there, stepping into the blizzard at the end, right? Not realizing exactly where it was positioned and just barely die at the end of the freeze. Fluffy Dreamland can't make any additional progress with this fight, but they have burned quite a bit off the clock. Only 2:30 remaining for Green Fortnite to make the comeback happen. Both teams are going to make this swap over to Tracer, valuing that mobility, the scrappiness here. One pulse bomb really could change the outcome of this game.
There's Bob from X10 is available. Same with this rush for Green Fortnite, but Fluffy Dreamland more than happy just holding this corner for the time being. Bob ends up coming through from X10, who's under a lot of pressure right now. Scuffed even ripping that rush on the point, but they're still able to take care of the Ash. Again, this has to be decisive here for Green Fortnite. 30 meters stands in their way of taking a lead here, and Fluffy Dreamland are burning every single second.
Yeah, the rush is just so overwhelming, right, in these long fights. If you're fighting on top of that Kitsune rush, you need ultimates to be able to stop that, and Fluffy Dreamland had nothing, and they still do, right? No ultimates in the tank for either team, just pulse bombs coming online soon. Sahil, though, maybe too far forward here, too far away from the healers, needs everything to stay alive, but it might not be enough. HP dropping and losing your tank at this crucial moment is devastating. Curie drops to 1 HP, barely escapes with her life. The board's trying to clutch, though. Green Fortnite, they're surely not, right? But with 2 supports alive, maybe.
I mean, they're trading, though, which is not great in the grand scheme of things. Can Chime get the kill onto Halo? That's the question. Halo's 1 HP. Oh, Chime managed to take down the slippery Lucio. And again, 1 minute to go. Fluffy Dreamland still in quite a considerable lead. You still need to win fights back-to-back, Jake, in order to even push the barricade.
Yeah, we do need to win fights on the other side of the map for Green Fortnite if they want a chance at winning. Seems like they're going to get an opportunity to at least reach the midpoint. Fluffy Dreamland electing to fight here could be wise, but is also a big risk, right? If you get wiped, you could be in a tougher spot. Rail doesn't connect, though. And Orisa down once again. Sahil dying first in the Orisa. Yeah, that's rough to come back from. Now, you are going to have, you know, one good shot at this from Green Fortnite, right? With 30 seconds on the clock. I mean, it can be done. It can be done, but it's going to be tough, and it's going to require Fluffy Dreamland to make a mistake. If anything, what we've seen from Fluffy Dreamland in the last map is that in this spot, they might not commit too many important ultimates and be ready to win the next fight in overtime.
They don't know.
Chime gets a pulse bomb, though. That calculus is out the window. There's no way they know. They do not check this. And
they do not know. Oh,
exposed backline.
Easier, stickier life, but X10 still takes down 2 with a disruptor shot. It's a nice little Suzu there to save Scuff, at least for the time being. There's a nice little kunai too, connects with Chime's heads. It is winnable, Jake. Green Fortnite come up with a big win, despite losing X10 early on in the fight. A team kill comes through, and overtime is in session now, but they have to deal with a beat and this Bob coming through, as well as this Terror Surge. All or nothing, do or die time for Green Fortnite to keep them in this series.
I don't hate this position for Green Fortnite. I think this is like the rush is a major X factor. You don't really have a clear answer to the rush. So Chime goes over to the Mei. Maybe a well-placed Mei wall could split the team or deny them some of the positional value, but they're going to be forced to rush very early here. And it is not blocked quite in time by the Mei wall. Better beat as well from Fluffy Dreamland.
And look at that ball positioning too, just holding down this corner. It's really hard to peek that. Nice little spear, but X10's on the wrong side of the fight right now. A nice little Suzu to connect with Astro to keep them in this fight. Somehow the Orisa is still firing. Grapes chase down the X10, and that's going to be it, Jake. Fluffy Dreamland just dealing with Bun and Halo, the last surviving player of Green Fortnite, as history once again repeating itself. A 3-0 victory for Fluffy Dreamland.
Yeah, well played, well executed throughout the series. Green Fortnite made that remarkably close. And I feel Scuffed, you know, the new addition to the team coming in, has looked solid, right? Great plays on the flex support throughout the series, played a lot of different characters, but ultimately it just wasn't enough. Fluffy Dreamland across the board, I think they were a little bit more cohesive, you know, able to pick off Sahil on tank many times to start fights, especially on the Orisa, is not what you expect to see. So great positioning, great use of the game, aware that there can even, you know, they can force it onto a hard target like an Orisa when the whole team is ready to do so. And we saw that quite a few times there on Runasapi. So well played by Fluffy Dreamland. Got to give them credit for a dominant series.
Yeah, unfortunately, this was, of course, an elimination match, and that means we do have to say goodbye to Green Fortnite. But overall, I mean, this was a rematch, right, from the groups. In the groups stages, it looked... oh, actually, never mind. It was...
Double elim.
It's double
just the first round, just the first round. Nori. You blame the cat.
Threw me off. I'm blaming the cat.
Innocent
it's
little
your
cat.
fault, Nori. You threw me off my game. Anyway, we're not saying goodbye just yet. My point that I actually wanted to make was that it was a rematch, right? And I do think that Green Fortnite looked a lot better this time around, especially if you're looking at just the control map. Quite frankly, like, they played it really close. That was like 1 or 2 team fights away, and they could have had it. Now, moving on in the series, yeah, okay, it started to like shift more, of course, in the favor of the opposition. We just ignored that point A defense on Pariso even exists at this point.
For both teams.
Tragic.
It does not
For
exist.
both. It literally does not exist. Yeah, but I think there's a lot of positives we can take away here for Green Fortnite.
Yeah, I think they played a solid series, and, you know, making some roster changes with players retiring. They've come back strong, and they look like an effective squad. I think for me, this series was all about the DPS on Fluffy Dreamland,
Oh, yeah.
especially. As well, I got to give out the shout out to Astro. I love the Winston play, especially on Paraiso, right? Like being willing to die with Primal a number of times when he knows, okay, the fight's won, I don't need to do more, or knowing when his supports are going to die, he finds the trades on the enemy backline. So just great awareness in the Winston play from Astro. I think that was a key factor here on map 2.
Yeah, I think Haven and Chime both really impressed as individuals here, really ramping it up. There's so much firepower on that roster.
Yeah, it is crazy how many times Chime or Haven got first picks. At the start of Runasabi, Haven was just finding a pick on either Bun or X10 like over and over again. And then Chime on Paraiso, like Bun didn't stand a chance in the Echo. Like every single time the fight started or it kind of broke down, like Chime was finding the Echo pick, and that's like such an important one too. I mean, Haven was doing a lot of work in that map, but it was all Chime map number 2. This team's got a lot to fight for. We mentioned before, Jake, and OWCS didn't really perform as well as we thought they would. I mean, the Wrecking Ball play maybe from Strider threw them off a little bit, but this team has just got so much raw firepower. They're going to go a long way.
Definitely, and as a team that, you know, staying together, building that synergy, the experience across multiple metas, you can see them develop. And I think they are one of those teams talked about who's next up in North America beyond the I think, clear top 3 that have established themselves in the last OWCS. Teams like Fluffy Dreamland, I think, want to be in that conversation. And this tournament is part of how you achieve that, being that the top 3 teams in NA aren't competing here. You could come away with the first place here for Fluffy Dreamland, right? Whereas I think normally with Toronto Defiant in the mix, you might be thinking, hey, second is pretty good, you know? but now this is a tournament you can really win. You can really set your expectations high.
I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't even realize that Toronto wasn't anywhere in the mix. Like, that has not caught my eye in all the prep days I did. I was like, oh, looking at all the teams. Like, it didn't even occur to me that it's actually pretty wide open now, especially if you look at the back and forth we had during group stages for so many of them. But anyway, Chime, of course, earning themselves the player of the match honors. Could have given that to Haven too, maybe low-key Rob, but Chime definitely was the difference maker in the early stages of this match. Absolutely phenomenal performance, and also just a very versatile player.
Yeah, the May was really good on Sanctuary and Nepal. I mean, I think Chime's May, I'm not gonna say single-handedly, of course it's a team effort, but Chime's May was pretty much perfect on that round with like winning the mid fight with great walls, the great blizzard to snowball into the second point, and then to also have the Tracer and the Echo on that elite level really makes your team much scarier, right? I think this is like the modern game on DPS. You need to have a lot of heroes, but when they're all this good, you're a much harder player to pin down. You make the team just harder to predict. It's a big value you add to the squad here for Chime.